Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Greensboro, Brown Summit, North Carolina, for the 1A Men Boys State Championship. Two fantastic teams have made it all the way here. East versus West. Starting with the West, we have Christ the King Crusaders coming from Huntersville, North Carolina, coming in with a 19-3-5 record. Their starters today, they're going to line up with a 1-3-5-2 formation. They'll have Liam Sanchi in goal, and then with a back three of Deventi, Seguin, and Bonilla. And then in midfield, they'll have Frias, Milligan, Hansen, and Castillo, with a front two of Defambo and Harrison. Very strong team. They're the reigning 1A state champions. The girls repeated that as well in the spring. So they're looking to keep that good form going. And now they're coached by Mark DiPietro. And now we shift to the visitors from the east, from Goldsboro, North Carolina, the Rosewood Eagles. They come into this game with a very strong record, a very heavy, experienced side. 10 seniors and 6 juniors. They come in with a 23-2 record, coached by Eddie Maldonado. Their starters are Mick Smith in goal, Avery Maurer, Aidan Peacock, Zach Gordon, Giovanni Amaro Silva, Ashton Fields, Antonio Zavala Beva, Hector Gutierrez, Reese Geary, Aaron Zamora, and Joseph Bailey. And they will line up in a 4-3-3 formation. So straight away, some interesting tactical conundrums for both teams to deal with. Talking to Coach Maldonado, they're going to look to stretch that back line, that back three of the Crusaders, using the pace and the explosive attacking threats that they have for the team in purple. So it'll be Christ the King to kick off. The Crusaders dressed in that white kit against Rosewood in all purple. And it's Christ the King going direct off the kickoff, kicking from left to right. Rosewood under pressure early on. We thank you for joining us on this sunny Saturday morning here in November. It's a cool day in the shade, but in the sun, a nice morning for the fans and spectators of both teams. And congratulations to both teams on making it this far. And speaking to both coaches in the warm-up, they were so appreciative of the opportunity to perform today on a great surface here at McPherson Stadium at Truist Soccer Park. And for Rosewood, this is their first state championship for this boys team. They've come close on a couple of occasions. They managed to defeat Voyager. Oh, and here we come, Christ the King, with an early opportunity, ball across the box. And the ball just behind the striker for Christ the King Crusaders. You see that front two early on. Defombo. And Harrison, both with the very colourful cleats, orange and green respectively. Christ the King looking to dominate the game. They've been here before, had a very strong schedule this season. In talking to Coach Mark DiPietro, he talked about playing some bigger schools during the season. playing a 3A, one of the 3A top teams, and a couple of times they played against a 2A top side. So that strength of schedule in that Mecklenburg area, Huntersville, North Carolina. Their record coming in very strong, 19-3-5. They've met some tricky opponents during the season. That will stand them in good stead today as they face the best from the East in Rosewood Eagles. We talked about Christ the King Crusaders being here previously, but so they've got that experience, some of those younger players as well, whereas this Rosewood side with 10 seniors, they've got experience the other way. They've been here, well, they've not been here before, but they've got a lot of experience in playoffs and winning games, and they've got to make sure the occasion isn't too much for them. And here is one of their leading lights, one of the captains, Antonio Zavala-Beva. The left winger, ball to the back post. Oh, good save from the goalkeeper. Liam Sanshi making an early save, so both goalkeepers called into action inside the first 5 minutes here. Fairly routine for both of them. Sanshi coming again. And he is looking right into the sun, which, full credit to him, he's done really well there with 2 balls above his head. Something to watch for, the sun firmly in the Crusaders' faces. Strong tackle there. Good contest. And here's Beva looking to combine with his fellow strike partner. And Rosewood off and running. It's Hector Gutierrez, a player that they haven't been able to call upon the entire season. He's back, fighting fit, and he'll be a threat down that right. You can see early on from Gutierrez and Zavala-Beva. Early pressure here. Christ the King. Oh, good look. 10 yards out for Christ the King. You hear the supporters getting behind the team in white. Picked up by Christ the King, but they're working it forward. Now it comes a bit of possession for the Eagles. They'll work it out to that right side. One of the things we talked about to Coach Maldonado was trying to stretch their opponents. The referee saw a trip there on Zamora, and it will be a free kick just inside Christ the King's half. But one of the keys to the game for the Eagles was to try and stretch the back line of Christ the King with that back three, try and use the width of their attacking wide men in Gutierrez and Antonio Baiva. Zamora will give chase. Referee sees a foul there. Good defending from Christ the King. And one thing Rosewood has to be careful of is leaving Zamora isolated up there against the back three, as it's 1v3, so they'll look to get that support from deeper. We're just talking to Eddie Maldonado. He talked about that midfield 3 or 5 is what it can become with the wide men dropping back in. So a bit of cat and mouse, trying to balance the defensive solidity with causing problems for Christ the King. Here come Christ the King the other way. It's 3-on-3. Oh, nice scoop pass through. Defombo will give chase. Well cleared by Rosewood. It was not cleared fully though. Christ the King. Cut back. Oh, and there it is. It's 1-0. Christ the King. And it's number 6. Drew Hansen. And Coach DiPietro pumping up the crowd down below. He's loving that. They picked up the loose ball, broke forward quickly. There was Marcus Frias down the right, cutting the ball back into a great area. And there was Drew Hansen. And speaking to Coach Mark DiPietro, he indicated that Drew Hansen, number 6, the goal scorer, is on the cusp of All-America. He has had a fantastic season for Christ the King Crusaders, such a strong player for them. And he's turned up in big fashion. So in the 7th minute, Christ the King Crusaders, the reigning 1A state champions, take the lead. And it's a turnover again from Rosewood. Here comes Defombo. Coming forward. Still got it. Good defending from Rosewood. Referee, from his angle, felt there was a foul there. I felt it was a good tackle from the angle we're looking at, but that will not do anything for the Rosewood Eagles. Instead, it's Christ the King that will have another opportunity on goal. Going to be up to Mick Smith to try and keep it just to 1 goal deficit. Crowd quietens. It's a good effort. Oh, Mick Smith did well for a second there. I think everyone's hearts were in their mouth as it was heading towards the top corner. Mick Smith got across the ground well and claimed cleanly. It's important for Rosewood not to let this game get away from them early on. Christ the King have that experience of being here before. They've had a strong schedule. They've got to hang in there. The longer it stays 1-0, you never know what can happen. And Rosewood dropping in, allowing Christ the King to play a little bit here, and then stepping in and winning the ball. Well done by Aidan Peacock. Another strong tackle coming from Rosewood. Ashton Fields that time, one of the captains. Referee saw him win the ball. Good combination play down the left here. You can see Zamora has got a lot of white shirts around him, and there's the back 3, and then the holding midfielder, and Trey Ranaletta, who just sits in front of that back 3, does a great job protecting. He won't get the accolades that the likes of Hansen and Seguin and Frias will get, but he is an integral part of what they do on the defensive side of the ball. I just want to remind you, you are watching live coverage of NCHSAA Soccer Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/NCHSAA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of NCHSAA action. From live games to full replays to highlights, it's all there on the NFHSnetwork.com/NCHSAA. And now there is a chance in the attacking third for Rosewood. Corner taken quickly. Hector Gutierrez clips it in along the ground, but it's cleared. And the ball Zamora holds it up. Needs to get some support coming. Wriggles inside. And it's a tame effort from Giovanni Amaro Silva. Defombo laying it down. Harrison involved early on. And Harrison with a little nudge in the back. Apologies, I was mixing up Harrison and Defombo for the first 10 minutes, but it's Harrison who's been the much more busier of the front two in the green boots. Defombo, the taller of the two strikers, occupying that back line, but it's definitely coming down this right side with Marcos Frias, the right wing back. Eddie Maldonado a little frustrated there, felt there was a touch off the Christ the King player, but it's another decision that goes the Crusaders' way. And it's Hansen again. He's off. Left foot this time. Fires it towards goal. Smith tried to claim it, but it flicked off his fingertips and is over the crossbar safely. Be a corner to the Crusaders. And Drew Hansen again. Cross comes in. Falls to Defombo at the back post. And eventually cleared to the halfway line. Zamora, we talked about that tough task he's got. He's got to try and get the ball here up against three defenders. Seguin will play it forward. And Rosewood now will look to try, and there's an opportunity maybe to go wide. It's really a 3v3 matchup in there, the midfield three of Christ the King against that midfield three of the Rosewood Eagles. So all kind of cancelling each other out, but there's a fair bit of space in there as Rosewood will try and stretch the ball wide, but at the moment Christ the King doing a good job of protecting those flanks. We talked about it being an area they would look to exploit, but Frias and Castillo have not been really asked a lot of questions defensively as they're winning the ball and breaking. Here's Harrison again. Reece Gary, a strong, prominent player for the Eagles there, looking to try and find that direct ball out to the flank, but well cut out. So, 15th minute. It's 1-0, Christ the King Crusaders. And a free kick coming in. Looking for Defombo. It falls to the back post, number 10. Repelled by Smith. It's still there though. And it's Harrison, 2-0, Christ the King Crusaders. Harrison has been absolutely everywhere in this opening 15 minutes, and he gets his just rewards. It fell kindly to him, and he tucked it away. Initially, the chance fell to Griffin Milligan, repelled by Smith, and then it fell to the feet of Olivier Harrison. And he did exactly what he needed to do, which was keep it down, keep it on target, and it found its way past the goalkeeper. And he will go for a well-deserved break. He'll be replaced by Brendan Harrigan. So two changes coming for Christ the King. Olivier Harrison, though. I might have mixed up his name early on, but I won't forget it now. It's 2-0 Christ the King. Strong foothold in the game. They probably had 3 or 4 shots on goal, and 2 of them have ended up in the back of the net. A real uphill battle now for Rosewood Eagles. Their first state championship here. We talked about having them experience, but not at this level, not when it's the last game of the season and it's all to play for. But it hasn't gone to plan early on here for the team from Goldsboro. The team from the West finds themselves trailing by 2-0. as Christ the King will settle back into some possession. The team in purple will now try and play. Geary getting on the ball. Good early look. I think a great idea there. Looking for the run of Avery Maurer, the senior defender. Getting forward from left back. Bit of adventure shown from the Eagles. And he wasn't far off Reece Geary there. DeFombo dispossessed there by Aidan Peacock. Oh, referee. Yeah, little touch there. Good sportsmanship shown there by Christ the King Crusader defender. John Bonilla. It's a long way out. You can probably say about 35 yards. Some discussion being had. Reece Geary, Hector Gutierrez. Zavala Baiva will disappear from the act, and it will be Hector Gutierrez. Strikes low into the wall. Geary clips it in. I think Zamora just a touch offside, but it will run through to the safe hands of Liam Sanchi. And once again, you look to see, great to see in a game of this magnitude, the state final, looking to play out from the back, looking to possess and build. So often you see in crunch games, teams just resorting to the easy option and pumping it forward and playing the percentages, but looking to play here, and there's a strong run down the left wing. Some pace coming. It runs through. The referee has spotted an infringement there, and he's pointed to the penalty spot. I've got to say, folks, I couldn't quite make out what happened there, but the referee's seen something. There seems to be some disbelief from Rosewood. I'm looking at Coach Eddie Manala. He looks a bit miffed as well. But Christ the King Crusaders are not complaining, and the ball is in the hands of Drew Hansen. Open the scoring for Christ the King Crusaders, and he will look to add a 3-goal lead. 12 yards out. Drew Hansen, the star of this Crusaders team. Oh, what a penalty. Drew Hansen, been clutch all year. He points to the sky, and then he gets all the adulation from his teammates. And it is tough to see a way back now from the Eagles. As I said, missed the decision. There's a lot of questions still having been going on here. The referee trying to explain the decision. He saw something. Shake of the head from Geary. And they've got to try and respond positively from the setback. Get 1 goal here. Could change everything. But we are 18 in the 18th minute. And it is the Eagles of Rosewood trailing by 3-0 to the reigning champions from the West, Christ the King Crusaders. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS network to watch live event coverage, game replays and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination. NFHSnetwork.com. High school happens here. And you can see Rosewood just struggling to get the bodies forward at the moment. No urgency. Certainly rocked them, trailing 3-0 as we come up to the halfway point through this first half. But they've got to find a way to get something going. Not a lot of movement at the moment. Great ball in, though. Looking for Zavala Baiva. Comfortably laid off there by Peacock. Geary into Zamora. Once again crowded out. Trey Ranaletta just doubling up there. There's always a centre-back in behind Zamora, but then Ranaletta just comes in front and sandwiches him, which makes it very difficult to find any room to manoeuvre. Referee spotted a handball from a Crusader, so another free kick midway through Crusader territory. Geary clips it in, looking for Zamora. Oh! Very ambitious attempt from Zamora. And it was Zavala Baiva. Sorry, Gordillo Baiza with the shot across the face of the goal. Nobody following in on the far side. That was a good look, though, for the Eagles. And it's tough. They're dropping into that 4-5-1, the team in purple, trying to repel some of these attacking threats from the Crusaders. And here they come again. Good combination play. Down the left flank. Still fall. Every loose ball just seems to be falling to a white shirt. They do a really good job of filling in the gaps. And a corner given. A really good travelling support from Huntersville. About an hour and a half here from Brown Summit, North Carolina. But they're enjoying a lovely morning here as they witness their team, the reigning champions, with a 3-goal lead. Short corner. Well read, though, by the man in purple. And here we come. Still not the numbers. Look at the Crusaders tracking back in pace, intensity. Just not seeing the same intensity to get forward as we are seeing the Crusaders track back. You can see 2 or 3 players in advance of the ball for the Crusaders, really breaking the necks to get back. And a change coming for the Eagles as number 10. Antonio Zavala Baiva will try his luck on the right-hand side. That'll be Hector Gutierrez, the senior, who will head to the bench for a short break. I'm sure we'll see him again. And Rosewood had a great run coming here, 14-2-0 at home, 9-0 away, 9-0-0 record on the road. Oh, looking to make it 10 today. It's going to be a tall order. Great little ball through. Still alive. Looked like it flicked off a purple boot, and it did. Another corner coming for the Crusaders. And this event, folks, is available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network live mobile app. Download the app today on Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku, and Google TV to start watching live games wherever you are. Great claim from Mick Smith. Ball into the 6-yard box. Did really well to watch it closely. And then he feeds it forward early, looking for Geary. He'll look to feed Zamora. Bit of a mix-up from the 2 centre-backs for the Crusaders. But they managed to get away with it. But good hunting down in packs there from Rosewood. Love to see that. That's the intensity they need to try and fight their way back in the game. A little bit too much intensity for the referee's liking from Geary there. And a free kick given. But I like the great claim from Smith and looking to counter quickly. The danger for the Crusaders is to get a little too comfortable at 3-0, thinking the game and the job is done. Because Rosewood will not go away without a fight. They know one goal here could start the fight back that they need. And Marcus Frias now operating in a more central position, getting on the ball. Good battle, him and Geary in there. Geary, such a smooth player on the ball, combines well, makes good decisions. And Rosewood now a little bit of possession, but defensively sound, the Crusaders. And Ranaletta again. He just does such a good job of protecting that back three. Gets the high five from Griffin Milligan. They don't underappreciate his role. Such a understated position, that holding midfielder. Don't get the goals, the stats, the assists, but the starting point from which a lot of these attacks can begin. And Defembo now operating in a central centre-back position, so a lot of flexibility and rotation from Mark DiPietro's side. And a foul given by the referee. Good tussle in the box there, but the decision goes the way of the Eagles. 25 minutes in, 15 to go here in the first half here from Browns Summit, North Carolina, the 1A Men's State Championships. It's Christ the King, reigning champions, who have a commanding 3-goal lead. Frias weaving his magic. Christ the King will look to possess, but they're being hurried and hassled here by the Eagles. Frias trying to find his way out of trouble, but it'll be a throw into the Eagles. Zamora. Oh. Hustling and harrying, trying to get something going. Good defending from Deventi. And it finds its way forward to Seguin now. He's operating in a more advanced position. Geary strokes it out to the left back. Avery Maurer, we saw him get forward on a couple of occasions so far. Here he is again, trying to get past that white wall though. Like, lots of cover in behind the initial defender. But they're coming down the left, not a lot coming down the right for the Eagles. It is all down this left-hand side with Maurer and Gordia Baiza. Christ the King, a lot of strength and depth as they rotate and players in and out, and then also the positions as well. As we'll see Hansen go up top. Olivier Harrison will now come and play as a right wing back, so real flexibility and rotation from Mark DiPietro. I just watched him in the warm-up with the goalkeepers, his intensity, and there was 4 goalkeepers warming up, and the intensity, the camaraderie and support of each other was really cool to see. And you can see that really rubbing off throughout the team. Seem very together. On the flip side, talking to Coach Eddie Maldonado for Rosewood Eagles, he's on his own sort of in terms of a coaching capacity. Whereas Christ the King have a bit more support staff. But Eddie Maldonado talked about this group, 10 seniors and 6 juniors. When they do their huddle, they say family. They're very tight-knit. They come together. They had a couple of defeats earlier in the season, which didn't go, which kind of knocked them back against Spring Creek 2-0 and 4-0 against Hobton. But after that, they sort of looked at themselves and went on a major winning run. And that's how they've got themselves here. Didn't lose a game from that point, winning comfortably in a number. There's 16 games I count after those 2 back-to-back defeats. But they're going to have to summon up that strength and resilience to get back in this game. It's a free kick for the Crusaders. Going for goal. Harmlessly over the bar. From Seguin. Rosewood still playing the game. They like to play. They like to build. Just need one moment. Carried forward here. Strong run from Zach Gordon, one of the captains, really carrying that ball with purpose. Trying to inspire some resurgence here. But the pressing doesn't stop. And here comes Christ the King Crusaders driving forward off the post. Still alive. Oh, what a chance. And it was Nick Seguin who won the ball and then charged forward down the right side. Hit his shot across the face of the goal, came back off the left post. And it fell to Marcus Frias, who you'd expect to hit the target. But it sailed just wide of that right upright. And it remains a 3-goal lead. Is that the little bit of luck that this Rosewood side needed? At the moment, though, you can just see them so outnumbered when they try to attack. That back three hovering around Zamora, and he's just not getting the support down the flanks. Just getting pulled all over at the moment. The Eagles struggling to find a way to repel Christ the King. But here come. This is better from the Eagles. Geary. Once again, Trey Ranaletta breaking things up. And there's another chance. Oh, Smith coming up big for the Eagles. As Christ the King once again get a look on goal, and it was Seguin and Hansen combining. Two prominent players for this Crusaders lineup. A little high five between the two. Good play. There's Ranaletta that broke things up yet again. We've got a little stoppage here. Injury to a Crusader. It's Jaron Martinez who will depart. He took a ball to the face, I think, a few moments ago. He'll be replaced by number 21, Max Hohensee. But with a little over 8 minutes to play in this first period, it's Christ the King Crusaders leading. Goals from Harrison and 2 from Drew Hansen, the star of this Crusaders lineup. But it's really been a team effort. And here is Olivier Harrison, the scorer of the second. Good play from John Bonilla, showing a little bit of flash. As he wins possession, allows his team to keep it now and make this Rosewood Eagles team work once again. Just looking very composed and comfortable in possession. Zach Gordon trying to do what Trey Ranaletta does for the Crusaders, trying to get something going now for the Eagles as he breaks things up, and the team in purple can string a few passes together. Harrison, that just showing that work ethic that the Crusaders have had from minute one. They know their roles, they're getting around the field well, and showing the energy and enthusiasm for another title. And the fans are loving it. As the folks from Huntersville, the blue and white faithful, really supporting their team and showing their appreciation for their efforts. They only have about 393 students in their school. It looks like all of them are here today. And folks, when it comes to your orthopedic care, choose better by choosing Ortho Carolina. With over 40 locations throughout the Carolinas, you're never far from one of the nation's leading providers of care for joints, muscles, and other orthopedic injuries. When things look bad, it's important to know you have a choice. But there's only one better choice, Ortho Carolina. Ortho Carolina is proud to serve as the official orthopedic care provider of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. And here come the Crusaders again. Weaving inside the box, it's number 11. He's still going. Marcus Frias started on the right wing. He's now moved into that middle of the park. And he beat 3 or 4 players there. Couldn't beat the last man. That would have been some goal if he could have put the cherry on top of that. Coming again though. And Seguin turning, feeding across the box. Zach Gordon tries to break things up, but doesn't get the contact he's looking for. It's still there. And Harrison down the right. Little step over, cuts to the end line. And repelled by the Eagles. Geary does well to hold off Harrison. He feeds it low in front of Baiva. The fans not happy with a little tussle there between a couple of the players. Referee just trying to calm things down. Gordon, the captain, will look to try and find an attacking player, but intercepted by Hansen. And that'll be chased down by Seguin now. Can he keep it in play? It's been a good contest, played with some sportsmanship and playing the right way. Some of the fans not liking some of the challenges and tussles, but I think it's been very well done on both sides, I would say. Geary, great play from Bonilla. John Bonilla, the freshman defender, really getting amongst it. I think he's played every minute in this first half, unlike some of the others who've had a break, but he's been a really strong component for the Crusaders' back three in limiting this Rosewood side to very few looks at goal. I can only think of 1 or 2 occasions where a question's been asked. Harrison going strong into the tackle there. He's holding his hands up, but just competing for everything. Here he is again. Look, tracking back, showing that work ethic. Your concern sometimes with a team once they win the state championship is, do they have the same hunger and desire? But they've shown it in buckets today. Trey Ranaletta breaking things up. Seguin comes the other way now. Breaks past Gutierrez. Surrounded by purple shirts. He holds it up and buys a little time. There's a lot of purple shirts behind the ball. Not the same support coming the other way. Harrison finally showing signs of fatigue after his shift today. Maurer protects it. Seguin up and on the right now, trying to find the substitute Nick O'Brien, who has entered as one of the strikers. A couple more changes coming now as Jaron Martinez enters along with Henry Bosch. Sorry, Boucher, Henry Boucher. As Harrison will go and take a well-deserved rest. Geary trying to inspire his team here. Maurer comes forward down the left, looking inside Zamora. One of the few times Trey Ranaletta's behind him. Geary plays it forward, Zamora. Can he get to the end line? He tries, but he's asking a lot, so he doesn't quite have the support. That's one of the few times they managed to get in behind Ranaletta. They got in front, drew him forward, and then found the space to play him behind him. But Maurer having to do a lot of work from left back to get into those attacking positions. You'd like to see somebody maybe other than Geary getting forward from that midfield, but easier said than done against this very strong Crusaders side. Geary skipping past two white shirts, looking inside to Gordon. Space on their right-hand side, and they'll find Gutierrez. 1v1. Comes back inside. Christ the King Crusaders fans getting behind their team now. Love to see the support comment. You'd think that they would be like, oh, 3-0, game's in the bag, but they recognise that the work ethic and importance of each moment here with 30 seconds to go in this half. Doing a really good job of restricting the space here. Maurer looking to put it in there. 15 seconds. Still bobbling around. Can they find a shot? Gordon clips it through towards goal, but that will run out, and that is going to see us to the end of the first half. It's Rosewood Eagles 0, Christ the King Crusaders, the reigning 1A state champions, looking odds on for another one, leading by 3-0. And what a great first half it's been. It's been all the Crusaders though. But you'd like to think Eddie Maldonado can inspire his team for a fight back in the second half. You are watching the NCHSAA Soccer Championships on the NFHS Network. We'll join you on the other side of this break.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just threw me?
Yeah. I think I broke my shoulder with it.
I think I broke the neighbor's window with it. I'll go get Mom.
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Should have gone high and tight.
I've always been a pretty good tennis player, but over the years, my knees may have slowed my game a bit. I don't think anybody notices. Out! 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 Out!
Helen, seriously?
From your first appointment to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Let's take a breather.
In high school, Daddy was the man. Fastball, wicked changeup, and a nasty 12-6 curveball.
Is that what you just...
Hello and welcome back to the NCHSAA 1A State Championship here from Brown Summit, North Carolina. We're getting set for the second half here. It's the Rosewood Eagles in the all-purple and the purple-black kit, kicking from left to right, trailing by 3-0 and hoping that they've got the inspiration needed to fight back from this deficit as they take on the reigning state champions in Christ the King Crusaders. Just a reminder, you are watching the NCHSAA Soccer Championships on the NFHS Network. We thank you for joining us. It's a sunny day here in Brown Summit. Lovely if you're in the sun, not so pleasant if you're in the shade, but at the moment it's Christ the King Crusaders traveling faithful from Huntersville, North Carolina, who've made the 90-minute trek, who are loving life at the moment, but it's not over. Certainly a lot more work to do. As Geary, who was a real spark for the Eagles in the first half, looking to get something going for his side. Free kick given. Opportunity for Geary to get the ball in the box. Gordon will go and add some height, but Geary takes it quickly, looking for Zamora. And it bounces around. It falls to Gordon, who has a goal. Oof. Great effort. Great. We had a great look at that from this angle too. It looked like it was heading towards the top corner, but Gordon never seemed to really get too excited about it. I love that bit of play, though, getting up to support Zamora, something they need to do a lot more in this second half. He's very isolated, and you can see him now trotting next to Ranaletta, the holding midfielder for the Crusaders. But here comes Seguin. Shot on goal. Oh, what a goal. Capitalising on a loose ball. It's number 8 for Christ the King Crusaders. Nick Seguin, the senior, getting his goal and making this what looks like an insurmountable lead now. Christ the King Crusaders 4, Rosewood Eagles 0. And just when you were showing a little bit of hope and promise for Rosewood, Seguin just breaks down the other end. Great composure and just steers it into that bottom left-hand corner and adds his name to the score sheet. Following a brace from Drew Hansen and one from Olivier Harrison. Just 2 minutes into the second half, and that is an absolute dagger. Certainly not part of the game plan for the Eagles. And now, what was a tall order Good play from Geary there, stepping in to make sure frustrations don't bubble to the surface. Telling Zamora to get in the box. It's important they don't lose their heads. Good ball in from Geary. Man down in the box. It's a Crusader down. I think it was Zamora who was tussling with him. And the referee saw an infringement. It was a good ball in though. But it was Sanchi who claimed. Players have done really well today though to keep their frustrations in check, and hopefully that will remain the case. It's always difficult when so much is on the line. The referee's done a good job, I think, of keeping things under wraps. Gordon trying to play into Zamora. I think Zamora will be beating the back of Ranaletta today. He's been his post chaperone for over 40 minutes so far. Wherever he's been, Ranaletta's been snapping at his heels. Geary, nice early ball in there. Oof, good effort, but Bonilla, the freshman, scampering across to block what looked like a promising opportunity for Gutierrez there. It was a clever little run in behind the wall. Bonilla read it and was there to repel the effort. But once again, Rosewood getting a little bit more joy now, a little bit more territory, something we didn't see a lot of in the first half, but got to be wary on the break as Drew Hansen now, I see hovering around the halfway line with Seguin in support around the edge of the box. So the counter-attack is something that will be a prominent threat for the Crusaders, as the Rose would have to throw everything at this now. And with Hansen and Seguin attacking prowess on the break, it's a tasty proposition for the team from Huntersville, the best from the West. And this will put some pressure on the girls' team at Christ the King Crusaders. Both teams managed to win the state championship last year. It's looking odds on that the boys will do it again this year, but here they come again. Down the left-hand side, it's Castillo, feeds in Hansen. Oh, and you can see what he's trying to do, just knows where the goal is, just trying to get a quick shot off there, a snapshot. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway. The assistant referee's flag on the far side was up. But great little play from Christ the King Crusaders to find this open space on the left-hand side, and then see a surging Drew Hansen in behind, but just straight offside. Castillo now finds Hansen. Seguin turning. Number of purple shirts around him, but he'll try to find Hansen. Unsuccessfully. And now Geary. Closely marshalled by Ranaletta and Milligan. Milligan finds Frias. Oh, and just an honest tackle, I felt, from Peacock there, just trying to intercept the ball. And he just caught Frias, who was quicker to the punch. Taking the time on this one, the Crusaders. And it'll be Seguin over the ball. As Hansen looks to join round the back post, headed away. Once again, Zamora, the only man forward for the Eagles. 4 white shirts around him. As Seguin battles with Geary. A good tussle between those two. Fields plays back into a tight area, but something they're very good at, Rosewood. Those little short passes, getting out of a tight spot. And Geary looking to switch it to the other side. It's a good idea, but Zavala Baiva wasn't quite on the same page. Zamora putting a bit of pressure on the goalkeeper in Sanchi, but you see a lot more purple shirts in the attacking half now. Geary combining well. Got to get a few more people running in behind, though. You see him. There's a lot of purple shirts behind the ball. Amaro Silva finds Geary. Look to get the ball out here to Bailey. Definitely doing a better job of possessing the ball in the attacking half, but the danger is always coming the other way. If Christ the King can find Seguin or Hansen early, he could add to that tally, which already sits at a very large 4-goal deficit. But good play from Rosewood. Win the ball back higher up the pitch now. Trey Ranaletta's there, but it does fall to Zamora. And cleared, only half. Geary. Bit of a hopeful effort, but blocked. And Milligan will clear to safety. Gordon looking to the right hand side. What a touch that is. Pull back for Geary. It was Hector Gutierrez with a touch of class pulling it down. Another touch of class from Geary here. Finds it inside. Looking for Amaro Silva. Definitely throwing a few more punches this second half. The team from Goldsboro. Oh, Geary looking for Zamora. Coach Mark DiPietro trying to get his team to calm down. I can imagine he's going to, bringing in a substitute here. We'll see number 20, Henry Boucher, coming in shortly. But you can see, despite the Crusaders' 4-goal lead, it's the Eagles right now that are applying a bit more pressure and winning the ball higher up. But yet to really test Sanchi in the goal. And here's the danger coming the other way. Seguin winning the ball back and finding Drew Hansen. Oh, look at the pace. He's driving forward, but it's Gordon's equal to it. Good tussle between those two. Good defending from Gordon there. Zach Gordon, one of those 10 seniors, one of the captains. As Frias drives one from goal from the edge of the box. Easy for number 00, Mick Smith. Boucher getting his first touch back in the action. Geary so active in that midfield, trying to get on the ball. Shows great bravery to keep looking to find it and get something going. Zamora dishes it off quickly. I like that combination play with him. But you can see as he comes short, there's 4-5 white shirts protecting that penalty area. Need to get a few more runners looking to move beyond the ball, because everything right now is in front of this well-drilled back line for the Crusaders, and Sanchi will claim that easily. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS network to watch live event coverage, game replays and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, nfhsnetwork.com. High school happens here. Marco Frias putting a bit of pressure on. He'll want to throw deep into Rosewood Eagle territory. Eddie Maldonado trying to support his team, encourage them to keep going. Drew Hansen, oh, great tackle from Gordon, I believe it was there. Actually, number 5, Peacock. Aiden Peacock with a very important tackle as Hansen looking to get his hat-trick. But he'll get a corner instead. That 6-yard box filled with bodies as they spin out now and create some space. Short corner though. Peacock again, getting stuck in. Gets the seal of approval from his coach, Eddie Maldonado, still out on the edge of his technical area, supporting his team. So proud of this group, he said, to get this far. Oh, great save from Smith. There's a header. Headed towards goal from Frias. Was looping towards the top corner. But Smith managed to get 2 paws on it and deflected away for a corner. But yeah, for the Rosewood Eagles, talking to Coach Eddie Maldonado, last year they fell at the Eastern Conference Final to Voyager. Another header coming in. They fell to Voyager last year in the Eastern Conference Final. This year they managed to revenge that defeat and take down Voyager and win the Eastern Conference, or the Eastern Championship I should say, to book their place here in their first ever state championship final. And he said it's such a tight-knit, well-gelled team. They're hard-working. But it's tough when you're trailing 4-0 to keep doing the right things, but they're working hard now. Good battle between Zamora and Bonilla. Bonilla managed to maintain possession. Zamora continuing to chase things down, though. Great work from him. Fields just managed to poke it away there. Amara Silva will feed it out to Bailey. Bailey looking forward. Zamora active across that front line. Geary. That's a bit hopeful from Gutierrez. Disappointed with himself. And just a reminder, folks, this event is available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile app. Download the app today on Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku and Google TV to start watching live games wherever you are. And Bailey just bundling through the back of Seguin. Christ the King fans don't like it. They're calling for a card. I think the referees do well here. Sometimes the spectators can get a little pumped up here and doesn't help the spectacle. These young men already pumped up and fired up and trying to compete, but Bailey, they're just a little clumsy in the tackle. And the referee did the right thing there, just to take a second and reset. Good play. Seguin finds Frias, and it's 5-0. And it's Marco Frias combining with Nick Seguin. And that will be the game, folks. If you weren't sure before, Frias gets on the score sheet this time. Great play combining with Nick Seguin. And Christ the King looks set for back-to-back state championships in the 1A division.
So I looked it up yesterday. You were right. That game I was thinking about was the girls' game. But now we got it for the guys too. I just foreshadowed.
And we still have 25 minutes to play. And this Huntersville support, they've travelled so well. Really reveling in this performance from their team. And they've just been so clinical. Possession's probably 50-50, you would say. But just every chance they've been lethal in front of goal. A lot of quality in this Crusader lineup. And they've capitalised on every opportunity today. Geary trying to get something going. He's still encouraging his team. Been a real leader out there for the Eagles. Getting on the ball, taking opportunities. But they've come up against a very talented team from Huntersville. The best from the West. Seguin. Driving a ball out to the right side, and it will fall to a Crusader. Referee will give a yellow card. I believe to Aidan Peacock. Peacock has put his foot in and got stuck in today. That one there, I think an honest attempt to play the ball, but managed to catch, I think it's Drew Hansen in the white jersey. A free kick opportunity, clipped in. It's into a great area. Oh, and it's Defenbo gets on the score sheet. Christ the King Crusaders at a 6th goal. And it's 3 in each half now. And it's a great ball in. It's a really dangerous area between the goalkeeper and the defenders. And Defenbo was just hungrier and more alive to it than the Eagles players, and he tapped in at the back post. But it's that hunger and desire that they're really reveling in this opportunity. You don't see them letting up, unfortunately, for this Rosewood side. I think have performed really well, just haven't been able to offer enough going forward. And they've been severely punished going the other way as Hansen looks to feed Seguin. Bailey will try to slow him down. Good feet from Seguin, who goes for goal. He's looking for his second. Ambitious effort, but not too far away. Changes coming for the Crusaders. In goal, number 42. Miguel Villalobos is also number 42. He would have been the man that entered the fray earlier in the first half. So apologies for that mix-up there. But Nick O'Brien, the backup goalkeeper, coming in for Liam Sanchi. And then with a couple of other changes for Christ the King. Gordon feeds it out left. Here's Maurer driving inside. Finds Zamora, 25 yards out. And there is that man, Bonilla. Referee just saw a little tug from Zamora there as Bonilla breaking things up. He's a real pest at the back for Christ the King. Whenever the Eagles think they've got something going, Bonilla seems to be the man that shuts the door. Good play. The Eagles, some good presence coming in there from Gordillo Baiza. Maurer pumps it in there, looking for Gordillo Baiza. And now the front two for Christ the King is Frias and Seguin. So have to be careful when they lose possession to try and get compact and shut out those counter-attacking opportunities. But Gordillo Baiza off the bench, looking to create a spark for his team here. They deserve a goal, I think, for their efforts. They've acquitted themselves honestly. But the reigning champs showing why they are just that. Gordon getting forward, looking for a little clever touch inside. Good play from Ashton Fields there, battling with Seguin. Bonilla will get a break. Double high fives, hug from his coach, Mark DiPietro. He has been exceptional back there today. And he'll be replaced by number 12, Tyler Douglas. But Bonilla, yeah, been absolutely everywhere. Well-deserved rest for him. And a key component in that Christ the King Crusaders defence. That's allowed very little action for Liam Sanchi in goal. Oh, Maurer looking for it. Geary gets his head up. Clips a great ball in behind. The ball just won't fall for an Eagle. But here comes Amara Silva trying to get something going. It'll be a goal kick. And just a reminder, you are watching live coverage of the NCHSAA Soccer Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/NCHSAA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of NCHSAA Championship action. From live games to full game replays to highlights, it's all there at NFHSnetwork.com/NCHSAA. Lots of changes coming now as Frias heads to the bench. A little reshuffle. And Marco Frias gets the adulation of the Crusaders faithful. And another hug given to the goal scorer, number 11. He added the 5th goal today with a neat finish to the far post. Tucked it away with aplomb. But 3 goals in each half. They were certainly much more of a force in the first half, but just as deadly in the second. Nowhere near as many opportunities, but just been so ruthless in front of goal. An effort there from the left back. Avery Maurer, he's done well down the left-hand side, tried to offer something from an offensive standpoint, but certainly not easy. As Miguel Villalobos will enter and try to get himself on the score sheet as one of those front two, partnered by Brendan Harrigan. It's clipped forward towards Villalobos. Well cut out by Fields. Zavala Baiva looking for Zamora. Good challenge though from the Crusaders at the back there. No matter who's been back there, they've all performed brilliantly. Zavala Baiva looking for Geary. Great touch from him. Tries to find a little bit of space to get his shot off, but can't find the power or direction to beat the substitute goalkeeper. And Nick O'Brien, he gets his first real touch of merit. Oh, what a touch from Miguel Villalobos there. Fields was alive to it though. And here comes Hansen driving forward after picking off a pass. Looking for Brendan Harrigan. Oof. And that is a little over-exuberant tackle there. A little overzealous from the Eagle. Carlos Godia Baiza. Eddie Maldonado was trying to get him to track back, and I think a little too much urgency shown from the number 17, the junior. A little late and clumsy in the tackle, and referee does the right thing to award a free kick and just take a second as they wait for Zavala Baiva to get back in there. Hansen with the ball towards the penalty spot. Villalobos is in there. It's hooked clear by Peacock, who is back in the action. So just over 15 minutes to play in this 1A state championship. It's been Christ the King Crusaders Day today. But just to highlight the great run that Rosewood Eagles have been on. They've had quite the season. An amazing record. 23-2 on the season. 11-1 in the conference. Giving up just 18 goals this season, which is remarkable, scoring over 150. And they're running the playoffs to get to this point. Beating Columbia by a double-digit score, beating Woods Charter 6-1. Perkins 9-0, Rivermill 4-0, Voyager 3-0. And then they've just come up against a very, very strong opponent in Christ the King. Here's Drew Hansen looking for his hat-trick. Peacock is across and does brilliantly there to save the day, because that would have been Drew Hansen clean through on goal for looking for his hat-trick. But Peacock was the man to save the day. Another substitution coming. As Liam Sanshi now donning his outfield jersey and getting an opportunity to run around up front. Villalobos dropping deep, trying to create something. Geary looking to operate a little bit further forward now. Zamora surrounded by white shirts. Been a really frustrating afternoon for him. Never easy as the lone striker. And certainly not easy against this Crusaders defence. They play with that back three that's narrow and well marshalled by that holding midfielder, which was Trey Ranaletta. But here's a good chance. Zamora with the touchdown. Falls to Amara Silva, looking for Zamora, who had just strayed offside. And the flag coming to the Crusaders' rescue. No matter if you're an injury-prone weekend warrior or parent of a child needing orthopedic care, when things look bad, choose better. At any of Ortho Carolina's 40 locations, you will receive the absolute highest level of orthopedic care possible. From your first appointment to your full recovery and all points in between, Ortho Carolina, a better choice. Ortho Carolina is proud to serve as the official orthopedic care provider of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Thankfully, there's been no real injuries of note, and hopefully that remains the same throughout the next 11 minutes plus. Been a really good game, though, between two very talented teams that have worked really hard to get to this point. It's a shame that the scoreline is so one-sided. I think it does flatter the Crusaders, but they've just performed really, really well and taken full advantage of every opportunity they've had. But it's been a spirited display from the Eagles. They haven't stopped, and they're still coming now. Geary, one of the stars of the show, looking to feed in his attacking teammate there, Hector Gutierrez. The senior forward trying to add his goal in this final here. It'd be great for the Eagles to grab one if they can. Villalobos. Oh, looking for the back post, looking for Sanshi. It's what the fans wanted. But Mick Smith, hobbling away with the ball, was alive to the danger. Zamora trying to get that goal. Referee spotted a push in the back of Zamora. Geary will line up the free kick. Geary clips it in with good shape on it, but alert goalkeeping from Nick O'Brien. He'll go along looking for his goalkeeping partner in Sanshi. But Rosewood still looking for that elusive goal. Good play here, though. Getting all the way into the 6-yard box. It falls to, Hector Gutierrez just leaning back and hits it well over the bar. But it was Zavala Baiva there trying to weave some magic down that left side up against the end line. And it fell, for once it fell kindly for one of the Eagles players. And the best probably look they've had at goal. But Gutierrez, that just sums up the day. Nothing quite going according to plan. And a shame that it's going to end in a heavy defeat. But they're still plugging away. Credit to themselves and their school. And Coach Eddie Maldonado, I'm sure, will be proud of his players' efforts despite the setbacks today. Liam Sanchi will chase. Peacock will clear the danger. Another change coming soon with Trey Ranaletta returning to the action. The Crusaders just looking to maintain a bit of possession and stem some of the attacks from the Eagles. When you make so many changes, sometimes just the flow of the game can become a little scrappy, and it's tough to get that rhythm back, something that they had in the first half. Despite the changes, they were still able to control a lot of the possession. Villalobos showing some sprightly touches for the big man. Zamora left-footed. Let's see what he's thinking there. Shot from distance. But it struck a Crusaders defender. They've been everywhere today. Geary looking for Zamora. Just over 7 minutes to play here in Brown Summit, North Carolina. 1A state championship for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Fields carrying it forward from the back. And just a little too heavy for Gutierrez. So Ranaletta will return. Ranaletta for Boucher. And Seguin for Castillo. And Ranaletta looks like he's going to operate in this left wing position. It's a different role for him than he's performed for much of this game. Good play from Bailey there. Fans didn't feel like it was fair, but looked like just a strong boy getting forward. A little nudge on Tyler Douglas, who was much as inferior in terms of physique. But a fair challenge, and Douglas did well just to chaperone him out of bounds. Bailey intercepts. Geary showing another bit of good skill from him. Gets it back. 10 yards out. Onto his left foot. Drives to the goal. And the rebound. And the lines of assistant referee's flag is up, but a great save from Nick O'Brien. The substitute goalkeeper's shown some really smart touches in goal since his introduction in the second half. Ranaletta to Villalobos. Shielding the ball well. After getting the pass from Ranaletta. .5 minutes remaining. before Christ the King Crusaders will pick up their second state championship in a row. Back to back for the team from Huntersville. It's a bit of a formality now, but this Rosewood Eagles side will keep pushing for that goal that you have to say they deserve. A little bit of joy. I don't think anyone would try to deny them. But for these Christ the King defenders, they would say otherwise. They try to impress upon their coach, Mark DiPietro. Zamora showing a nice step over there. A little nudge in the back. A little nudge in the back there, yep. Well spotted by the referee. Free kick. Geary. 25 yards plus. Into the hands, the safe hands of Nick O'Brien. 4 or 5 neat saves from him today. Really enjoying his afternoon's work. Liam Sanchi bundling his way down that right flank illegally, according to the assistant referee, and a foul given. But the fans really enjoying his efforts this afternoon as we get set to count down the last 2 minutes here of this 1A state championship. It's been a great season for the reigning 1A state champions. They've won the last 12 games coming into this championship final, following 5 defeats: Pine Lake Prep, Ashborough, Lake Norman, a number of ties. You look at that tie back on September 19th against the Community School of Davidson, a 5-5 tie after overtime. So they played some really strong competition through the season, which has put them in great stead for this moment. And they're certainly building up a reputation for being a dominant force at this level. It'll be interesting to see how they rebuild for next year. But for now, it'll be a moment of enjoying these. Another state championship. Just to recap, goals from Hansen to open the scoring early on, the first couple of minutes. Followed by Harrison. Hansen again. Seguin scored right at the start of the second half to make it 4-0 after an early promising start to the second half for the Eagles, but it was after the fourth went in, Frias added a fifth, and Defombo got on the score sheet to make it 6-0 to Christ the King Crusaders from Huntersville. But good display from Liam Sanchi in goal, Bonilla and Ranaletta and everyone in the back line for Christ the King, and then just all the way through the lineup. The energy they've shown, it's been backed by the fans, as you're seeing the supporters chanting CTK, Christ the King, as they revel in this last 30 seconds or so. But congratulations to both teams on making it to this 1A state championship. There's a lot of teams that competed at the start of the season to get to this point, and full credit to the players on making it here. For the senior class for Rosewood, they went another step further than they'd ever gone before. Unfortunately, just met a very strong team on the day in Christ the King Crusaders. And congratulations to your 1A NCHS AA state champions, Christ the King Crusaders, back-to-back 2021 champions and now 2022, as they win by a score of 6-0 against the Rosewood Eagles from Goldsboro, North Carolina. Full credit to both teams on an exceptional final. Played in the right way. Some great soccer. We thank you for joining us. We'll let you enjoy the closing ceremonies here. And you are watching the NCHS AA Soccer Championships on the NFHS Network.
North Carolina High School Athletic Association State Championship. Assisting with the awards presentation will be Assistant Commissioner Brad Alford and Assistant Director of Sports and Championships Caitlin McManus. First of all, for the state runners-up, the Eagles of Rosewood High School. These members of the team will receive a medal courtesy of Wells Fargo, the official corporate sponsor for the awards for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Players, if you'll come forward to receive your medal as your name is called. Number 0, Nick Smith. Number 1, Ian Smith. Number 2, Brayden Hayes. Number 3, Hunter H. Number 4, Avery Bauer. Number 5, Aiden Peacock. Number 6, Zach Gordon. Number 7, Giovanni Amaro Silva. Number 8, Ashton Field. Number 9, Dawson Henry. Number 10, Antonio Zavala Baeza. Number 11, Hector Gutierrez. Number 12, Matthias Moreno. Number 13, Reese Burns. Number 15, Jesus Alex Ramirez. Number 16, Aaron Zamora. Number 17, Carlos Gordillo Paraiza. Number 18, Jacob Foley. Number 19, Tony Collins. Number 20, Bryce Strickland. Number 20, Sergio Lazaro. Number 22, Israel Aguilar. And number 99, Song Hong. The principal of Rosewood is Team Angle. The athletic director, Jason King. Team-based personnel, Mike Shriver. And Josh Gordon. The head coach of the Eagles is Eddie Maldonado. And now we ask the head coach Maldonado and the captains of the Rosewood Eagles to come forward to accept the state runner-up plaque. Congratulations to the Rosewood Eagles on an outstanding season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the North Carolina High School Athletic Association 1A state champions, the Crusaders of Christ 15. Also receive medals compliments of Wells Fargo. When you're nearing this all, please come forward to accept your medals. Number 1, William Sankey. Number 4, Lucas Cavente. Number 6, Drew Hansford. Number 7, Trey Rana. Number 8, Nick Sequin. Number 9, Kevin Bonilla. Number 10, Griffin Morgan. Number 11, Marcos Correa. Number 12, Tyler Douglas. Number 13, Brandon Harrigan. Number 14, John Bonilla. Number 15, Dylan Abercrombie. Number 16, Nick O'Brien. Number 17, Joseph Wright. Number 18, Olivier Harrison. Number 19, Dominic McNary. Number 20, Henry Archer. Number 21, Matthew Eversini. And 12, Orange. Number 23, James Milligan. Number 24, Christian Garcia. Number 25, Antonio Castillo. Number 27, Karen Martinez. Number 29, Justin Beckenbaugh. Number 30, Drew Rivera. Number 33, Andrew Bates. Number 34, Charlie Hayes. And number 42, Miguel Villarreal. Responsible for Carl Simmer, athletic director Marcus Beckler, and assistant coach Mason Douglas. Team-based personnel, Tony Twins, Eddie O'Brien, and the head coach of the Crusaders is Mark P. DiPietro. chance for Blue Crusaders to come forward and accept their state championship plaque and banner. But one athlete has been designated as the most valuable player for his performance in this final. The MVP of this state championship is selected by a special panel with 2 goals and an assist from Christ the King High School with number 6.